Thermodynamics has all the keys. Everybody is proving something. All the equations that work against all the observations that we make are proving something. What are they proving? Temperature must increase. The description of entropy and the action towards homogeneity, which is what entropy is describing the action that temperature must increase. In any system that is operating, there is waste heat that must exist. If that's true, heat must increase. And that's what everyone's proving. And you go, okay, that's interesting. What heat? The heat of our system of reality, of light. So we are a system of light. The heat in that system must increase. And it is because heat must increase, but the rate of increase is limited by the dimension of the heat itself. So if you have heat, you have an entity. Something must be hot. What exists? The temperature of something or the thing. If a thing exists, it must have a temperature. If temperature exists, it must be describing a thing. So the two are symbiotic together. And it's the two dimensions. The temperature and the entity. The temperature is expanding and the entity is contracting. Hot zones expand, cold zones contract. In a system which is which has limits on the outside of it, in such a system, force inside will increase. That all the temperature can do is it's expanding and contracting at different rates, expands faster than contracts, is eventually you end up with a system where all the cold zone is pushed into one place and the hot zone is expanding away from it. If you're building a system of expansion, that's what it would look like, wouldn't it? Eventually in that system, it would all become homogeneously hot, but with a cold zone at the center. So it's been twisted around inside to push it to the center, and now it can push it the outside and really expand off from that position. But you find that when it can't arrange itself in that way because it's too powerful. It destroys the center if it arranges itself in that way. So as the force works itself out from immense body into the center of a molecule, the atomic structure, what holds a molecule together is you find the same forces acting as the nuclear force. And it's the point where you can't have a circle with a dot in the middle. So when we look at it, we see a circle with a dot in the middle. Everything we're describing in the actions of science and physics is a circle with a dot in the middle. It's spherical expansion, accelerating the universe. When you look at the nuclear force, you find that it doesn't look like that. It's rotating and it's two-dimensional. So you have a hot zone and a cold zone rotating around each other in the shape of a yin-yang with an anti-clockwise twist overall. So it's temperature that cannot extinguish the other. That the rate of expansion has reached a limit of expansion at the center, where the rate of contraction is now equaling the rate of expansion at this tiny space. Infinitesimally small. So much, it's immeasurably small, ultimately, is where this exists. But it manifests itself, that point, at the outside of the sphere. So everything that science is proving is that temperature must increase. And in so doing, it describes the nuclear force. If you control the nuclear force, you control the size and the dimensions of reality. You control the energy that controls reality. And the energy that controls reality is the energy that controls our behavior. You must understand something about the human experience, that you are behavior first, then you are individual. And you cannot help that because we are a societal species. So you will act on your behavior first, and then you'll act as the individual. And what you'll find is that you'll justify, you'll adapt your personality to justify your behavior. Even though you despise your behavior, you can justify it against your personality, identity that you've adopted. You must understand that you are behavior first. And therefore behavior is this dimension of reality. It's the energy of reality, isn't it? If you can have a negatively powered energy of reality, you're going to have negative behavior. And you'll be choosing that negative behavior and go, yeah, I justified it. Simple how the narrative is owned. So you know something now that you didn't know before. Trust this information. Trust it. Because all you have to do to test it is to live as love. Learn the lessons. Let the future begin. Follow the Rebel King.